Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Charlie with Everglades. We're in Fort Myers today and we're gonna go over the residential riding tractors. All right, so today I've got the S130 to go over the S1s, and I've got the X354. This guy's got the four-wheel steer and all that. So we're gonna go over kind of the differences between these two specifically and kind of the differences between all of them. All right, so really get into it. What are these? These are our small mowers. So this is a riding tractor, so it's got a steering wheel, right? So you've probably seen more recently all the zero-turn stuff that we've been doing. So this is kind of getting back to the basics. These are the riding tractors. They range in deck size. They go up to a 54. But really, I mean, this is kind of, I've said it before, maybe what your grandpa had or your dad had growing up. They're real reliable and they're great for mowing big long stretches of your property. And this guy, we'll get into it a little bit, but this guy's gonna be a lot better, almost like a zero turn, getting around those tight areas and whatnot. But we'll get into it a little bit. All right, so both of these models have the 42-inch, it's the same deck, but the actual machine is gonna be a lot different from one another. So kind of to just get right into it, you can see from the very front of the machine, this one's a lot larger. That's the frame's larger, everything on the machine is a lot larger. This is the S1, so there's a couple models before this. This is the 130, it starts with the 100. So you've got the 100, 110, 120, this is the 130. This one's got the bumper on it, and you can of course install a bumper on this one. It doesn't come from the factory with it, but you can add all kinds of stuff on these. Then getting into it, just to get right into it, I guess, the engine on these is gonna be different. So this is actually a Kawasaki, it's 21.5 horsepower, and this is a Briggs & Stratton 22 horsepower. This one's got the 30-second oil change, which I think it's either you love it or you hate it type thing. That's been my consensus from everybody I've spoken to. It is something new and different, but it's a large filter, and we'll zoom in a little bit. And you literally, to do your oil change, you don't drain the oil, you don't put in new oil. You come to Everglades, you buy a new filter, and you take the one off and you put the new one on. That's it. All right, so I'm on the side now of the S130. Again, this one has the 42-inch deck. It's gonna be the same on the X3. The hood opens from right here, and we can actually see, this is that easy change oil filter that I was talking about. So it's obviously a pretty large filter for a mower, but it does contain, like I said, when you buy it, it has all the oil and everything already preloaded in. You've obviously got your battery here. This is that V-twin. It's a Briggs & Stratton, but it's 22 horsepower. You've got your air filter here. Your service interval chart is actually right there on the hood. So again, you can see, exactly what you need to do maintenance-wise and what you should be checking after every mow, 50 hours, 100 hours, all that good stuff. It's right there on that hood. Then getting back into the actual operator station here, pretty similar to every mower probably you've been on, but it's actually got a choke, and on this one it's integrated into the same handle. So to choke the machine when you first get started, it's all the way up with this lever and then bring it back down for the throttle. Then you've got your parking brake here. That of course has to be on when you're starting the machine. So really this lever here is just for your brake. So to engage your parking brake, you're gonna push that in, pull that lever up, and your parking brake's gonna be on. You've got your hour meter here and your fuel gauge. This is actually the button here. I get asked about this often. This is the button here to go reverse with your blades on. You have to hold and compress this button the whole time. So that's so you don't accidentally run something over behind you because you're not paying too much attention. So it's just a safety feature. The blades will turn off if you just start backing up. Then over here, you've just got your key, and you've actually got cruise control on this unit. So that's just a lever, pretty similar to your parking brake over here, but you just pull that up and it'll set you, if you're going on a long stretch, set you on whatever speed you're at, so you don't have to keep your foot on the pedals. All right, this one's got a little bit of a nicer seat than that S100. It is a little wider and it has a higher back, so it is definitely more comfortable on your back. Then you've just got your deck lift here, so just pretty simple there. You pull it up for whatever height you want, pull it down to whatever height you need. All right, so this is the X354. This one is a little bit exciting because it does everything that ends in the 4. So all the X series, if they end in a 4, they have the 4-wheel steer. It actually tells you right here. So it almost turns like a zero turn. It moves all 4 of the wheels at the same time, so you can make really tight corners. Again, that's good if you've got trees you know, gates, things you're trying to get around, this is a great mower for that. But if you're really comfortable with a lawn tractor and you don't want to jump to a zero turn, this would be a good mower for you. To get under the hood here, just pick it up. This one actually has that Kawasaki, so that is a nicer motor, in my opinion, than the Briggs & Stratton. This is a 21.5 horsepower, so it actually is 0.5 less than the S130 over there, but again, that Kawasaki. And then, of course, same way. You've got the battery here, got your air filter up front, all that good stuff, and it's the same way. You've got that service interval chart up front. Then to get into it, both of these units are hydrostatic, so you've just got the forward pedal and the reverse pedal. Similar to our compact tractors and everything like that, we kind of keep that pretty simple there. You've got your chute here for your deck. This is the same 42-inch deck that's on the S130. All right, the display here is a lot nicer than any of the S-Series model. It actually even tells you battery voltage and some other fun stuff. Has your fuel gauge on there like that one does. Then you've got your PTO here, your parking brake. You've got the choke separated from the throttle on this one, which I actually prefer. That way you don't have to start the machine at full throttle every time like you do when, you know, you're choking past the full throttle point. Then you have to bring it down past the full throttle point to get it lower. So I like that definitely a lot more. I think it's better for the longevity of the engine. Then you've got your deck lift over here actually. So the deck lift on these, instead of having that handle on the left side like on the S-Series, you've actually got this down here. So a lot easier there. And then getting into this one, it's actually the same height-wise, it's the same rear tires, but they are a little bit wider. They're 10 inches instead of 8 inches. Then compared to the seat on the S, you've definitely got an upgraded seat here, definitely comfortable. Got the same drain in the back so water doesn't build up over time, but it's definitely an upgraded seat. Overall, this machine's just a lot nicer than the S-Series. All right, so today we just did a real brief video on kind of the difference basically between the S130 and the X354. These aren't super comparable models, but they do have the same deck size. They have similar horsepower engines. And then obviously we just kind of went over those key differences between them with the display, the tires, the seat, the engine, that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below.